A spreadsheet is a list. A database is a brain. Last video, I cleaned up 1,400 products from years of projects at MaxHousePrice. But that data still really isn't alive. I don't know what's in stock. I don't know current prices. I don't even know if half of these products exist anymore. Every time my team has to manually search for a product, load the page, check the availability, that's time I'm paying for. Even a clean spreadsheet is a time suck without live data. Today, I'm going to show you how I brought this data to life using Claude Cowork while I slept. Last video, I showed you my clean workbook of over 1,400 products that I had cleaned up by category with links and easy to find information depending on the type of item it is. So let me show you how I take this a step further using Claude Cowork. I've already worked on this prompt. I'm going to paste this in here. This is really simple. I'm going to ask Claude to enrich that project spreadsheet with live web data, mentioning the file that I have that has products. And I'm going to ask it for each product. I want to know the brand, the current price, the unit type, the SKU, the stock status, and get image URL so I can show you how I'm going to be able to download images and get that into my Airtable database. Just giving us some basic instructions. I'm going to hit let's go and get this going. All right, it's asking for access to where these files are. So I am just going to point it to this file folder structure that I have saved on my desktop. Now it's just reading the spreadsheet to see what information is in there, to see what it needs. And for this, I just have given it a sample of just a couple products for this demonstration. So I got 4 different products that I'm going to have it enrich. Now it's going to open a browser tab and pull that in here. You can see it already started and it went direct to the URL that was listed in that spreadsheet. Look at that. Immediately, it's finding the information in here of the current price, the stock, the rating, what the model number is, and it's going to grab an image URL for me that it can save back to that spreadsheet. We can see that it found that it's in stock and that there's plenty available. And now it's working out how to get the image URL. This is a great thing about Claude Cowork is it figures it out. If it doesn't get it right the first time, it's going to keep going. And then once it learns what to do, it gets really efficient. Now it's going on to product 2 on my list, the subway tile. And again, it's going to do the same thing here. It's going to find the information and it's going to gather that so that it can add it to the spreadsheet. I have 4 products in for this demonstration, so we'll just let it continue through these next couple so you can just see that it can continue to work through this efficiently. Now it's on the last product in my list. I had a total of just 4 on this. Now I had over 1,400. Awesome thing is I just let this run overnight while I wasn't working, just left my computer on and Cowork just went to work and I woke up and I had most of these done. Just think how much time this would have taken someone to manually click every link, record this information, and put it into a spreadsheet that would be useful. Now let's take a look at that spreadsheet. Look at this. So we have those 4 products, and I scroll over, it's put in the notes, and the image URLs are here to the right, and then all of the pricing and SKU and stock information that we saw on the website that it was able to capture. Obviously, we know that some of these things are no longer in stock or might have ran into an issue finding the image. But look at this. Look at all this pricing information, all of this data. Now, I want to show you how I can take this spreadsheet, albeit it's great, we can take it a step further with very little effort by importing this into Airtable. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to import my table into a sample workbook that I have. I'm just going to go plus here. I'm going to create add a table. I'm just going to go from CSV file. And I already have this file saved on my computer, my clean output file from when I did this, the 1,400 plus items. Let that upload. We're just going to say create new table. Airtable is going to detect field types, the names, knows whether it should be a single select, a text field, a URL field. Airtable is so powerful. So we're just going to go ahead and import this. So we got all of that imported, 1,470 plus items imported in no time. And now here's the real power of pairing this with Airtable is it has a thing called field agents. And what I'm going to do is say, find the relevant image from the web that is in field. And I'm just going to point it to the image URL field. And it's just going to default with GPT. It gives you some other options you can check, but this should work fine for this. And it's going to generate a preview. Look at that. It generated and imported that image right away. So I'm going to go create field. And the way that Airtable field agents work, they'll do 10 at a time. I could do all of them, but just for this demo, I'm going to show you how I can just do a couple of them and just sit and watch this and see as it searches the web. I've given it the exact URL. So I know the image that it's going to put in here is going to be the exact item for that product rather than it just looking anywhere. Look at that. pulling in the images automatically. I didn't have to download these and upload these. Think how much time that saved me or my team. And it will even pull in multiple images if it finds them. So this is great. This is a good start, but we can take this a step further. And one of the things with Airtable is you have the ability to build interfaces. And I'm just going to show you really simply what I built for my company, MaxHousePrice, in our interface, where very easily you could build an interface where you just create a gallery view of all of these images. You can pick these fields to sort by. This is super easy to set up. You just can manipulate it however you would like. Now my team has this amazing tool to where they're no longer looking at a spreadsheet, searching. They have everything here. And the great thing too about Airtable is I can set up field agents that can run on any frequency that I want, quarterly, monthly, maybe products that I use a lot, to check pricing, to check stock, and see anything else that I may need to keep my team efficient with their day-to-day. There you have it. A spreadsheet became a brain, but the brain got a nervous system to actually move. In my next video, I'm going to show you the 4 tools that I use to run my entire company: Airtable, Make, Gemini, and Claude, all working together as a closed loop. Subscribe if you want to see what a real CEO operator toolkit looks like.